What's going on, everybody? S.L.B coming at you with another video review, and this time we'll be taking a look at SH Figure Arts WWE Superstar Series Stone Cold Steve Austin. And let's take a quick look at the packaging right here. We've got Stone Cold Steve Austin in a clamshell packaging. You can see the figure right there, plus some additional heads. Got some product shot right here of Stone Cold Steve Austin, SH Figure Arts, WWE Superstar Series, Stone Cold Steve Austin. On this side, it's just a continuation of that product shot. On this side, you just have Stone Cold looking over his shoulder like, what you saying, brother? WWE Superstars, Stone Cold Steve Austin. On this side, Stone Cold Steve Austin in that iconic pose, minus the middle fingers. On the top of the packaging, just says Stone Cold Steve Austin. On the bottom of the packaging, Stone Cold Steve Austin product shot. On the back of the packaging, you just have Austin 316, Stunner, Texas Rattlesnake, words and things I cannot say, warning, choking hazards, the hands are really small, don't swallow them, please don't swallow them. And that's it for the packaging. Let's get Stone Cold Steve Austin out of the packaging and see what he looks like in hand. Alright, well, here is Stone Cold Steve Austin out of the packaging, and let's go over what's included in the packaging first and foremost. You do get some instructions here for Stone Cold, which are written in another language, which I cannot read, but there are pictures, and I can read pictures. So that's that. Also included is a very nice backdrop. It's very shiny silver with the Stone Cold skull here, as well as, Stone Cold Steve Austin right there. Really nice, really shiny, really nicely done. Also included is what some people may call a smorgasbord of hands and heads. And also included in the packaging are these beer cans that are crushed and exploding, and I'll go over that later on. Also included in the packaging, he's wearing it. He's got his iconic vest, which just has Austin on this side, a skull, classic 316 right there, and on the back it says 100% whoop-ass, along with a skull and the 316 there. One nitpick right off the bat, personal opinion, your mileage may vary, but I would have liked it if this 316 was a little bolder and a little bigger so I could see it a little bit better, but it's still pretty nice that they added that little red 316 there. But besides that, let's go over some other details on the figure right here. First nitpick, and it's kind of a hot topic issue, if you will. The skin tone in the face does not match the skin tone for the rest of the figure. Excuse me. His skin tone in his face is a little bit tanner than the rest of the body, but from afar, you can't really tell in natural lighting, but I got these LED lights. I'm looking at it close up. You're looking at it close up. It's pretty noticeable. Not completely off-putting, but a little about it. But it's only the front of the face. You can see from the back. It's not the back as well, but that's that for that. That nitpick aside, the details on this guy, on Stone Cold, on this figure is really good. Stone Cold Steve Austin is not what people consider had the bodybuilder figure, and he's not like Batista built, or he's not Bam Bam Bigelow heavy. He's that nice in between where he has some skin tone, some muscle tone, but it's not exaggerated. He's also not covered in tattoos, which Stone Cold Steve Austin, very plain, very nice guy. Don't stun me, please, Mr. Austin. But if you do see in the arm area up here, in the upper arm, the bicep and tricep area, there is some muscle tone here, some veins picking out. I mean, it's really nicely detailed. As well as the forearm here, you do have some muscle tone there. You got some abs here. So you got his little belly button picked out a little bit, and some muscles in the chestal area. The thighs, again, a little bit of muscle tone, not over dramatic muscle tone, but just enough to know that he's not heavy. Also, you have if you know Stone Cold, he's got this Texas tattoo on his leg right here. Really nicely done. Doesn't look blotchy. Looks a little faded because it's a tattoo. They're supposed to look faded, but it's not like someone just took a pencil and drew it on there and it smudged. Looks very nicely detailed. And also in the boots, just some little molded detail for the laces here. Stone Cold Steve Austin, not known for his ring gear, simple black on black, looks really nice. And the vest is it's different than, say, his knee pads or his boots. It's not as glossy as the rest. It has a little bit of a flat look to it because it gives it a little bit more of a textured leather look, which looks really nice, almost, or vinyl or whatever you want to consider it. But it looks really nice and it's very easy to take off. Be very cautious when you take it off because it is a soft plastic, but over time, it could rip or could get stiff and you can crack and could be some cracking in the future of that. But that's that. Let's go over articulation for Stone Cold Steve Austin here. His head's got 2 points of articulation, one at the base of the skull here and one at the bottom of the neck. So we can look down pretty good, can look up pretty good, can do a full 360 there. He's got articulation in this area as well as the shoulder. So this entire shoulder area is articulated. You can go up and down right here, not a lot, but enough. He's got nice like a basic human anatomy. He's got a nice range of movement there. His arm can go out that far, and they can do a full 360. The elbows right here, there is a swivel here. I would just be cautious. It's an SH Figure Arts figure. Their pins are very small. He's got a nice bend at the elbow there, so he can pull off the Macho Man Randy Savage flying elbow. The wrists have a nice swivel right here, as well as where is it? There it is. A bend there, so I can go up very far. Not a lot of articulate. This is kind of stiff, and I'm kind of scared to keep twisting it, but there is a little bit minuscule crunch right here, as well as an ab crunch down here at the bottom. Not a lot of waist swivel, just because the way the trunks are molded, it's kind of got a curve to it, so it is what it is. The hips can go out that far, about, as Bobby Skullface would say, cannot do the full Van Damme. Can go forward that much. It's a little off-putting that, not really off-putting, but the fact that it's not straight in front of him, it's off to the side when his boot goes out. I mean, you can, if you want to get the precursor to the boot in the stomach, the stunner, you can do that. But if you look at it straight on, it's not really that great. I can go back about that far, and there is a swivel up here somewhere. No swivel at the thigh or anything like that. The knees, I will say, with these knee braces pinned together like that, this is good articulation, especially with all this around it. No shin swivel up here. There is an ankle swivel at the bottom here, right at his ankle. Be very careful if you get this figure and you first open him. This was very tight on mine. Kind of had to wiggle around a little bit, and the pins are very small, so be careful. You might break it. Ankles can go back that far. Can only go forward that far, but there is also toe articulation. So there is that. Let's go over some comparisons, shall we? And let's go with smallest to big to smallest to other comparisons. So smallest first, we'll do a Lego minifigure. Hello, Vision. We missed you. So there's that. Also a 3 3/4 inch Marvel Universe figure. Here he is with Captain America, and he's gonna give me trouble standing up, aren't you? No, that's pretty good. I like that. And also for another figure from SH Figure Arts, pretty much the only other SH Figure Arts figure I have at the moment. Here he is next to Kamen Rider Gaim. Kamen Rider Gaim. Kamen Rider. But yeah, Stone Cold's taller than Kamen Rider. From top of the head to top of the head. I mean, I'm not counting the head crust here, but yeah, Stone Cold's a little bit taller. So All right, moving right along. Let's get into accessories for Stone Cold Steve Austin. Let's go over his heads here. He comes with 3 separate heads. There's 1, there's 2, and my favorite, this one right here. So here are his 3 heads, and same mold. This head is looking left, this head is looking right, and this one is screaming, "Give me some beer!" But sorry, I got a tickle in my throat. To change the head, it's really simple. Just pop it off. Simple ball peg right there. Just pop the next one on. Ugh. Little stiff. Be very careful. Make sure you line everything up so you don't break the peg. But yep, there's swapped out head. Yep. Just change that back. Sorry. That's it for the faces. Really nice detail on the faces. Excuse me. I apologize. You really see those baby blue eyes of Stone Cold pretty good. So, also included are a few sets of hands. You do get these 2 hands right here, which there's only articulation right here. So you can only close his hands like that. But they're just grabbing hands. But these hands, these hands, I thought they had the same articulation. There's pegs in the hands to hold the beers. You're supposed to hold them a certain way. So there's, I actually got the wrong one on this hand. There we go. There's a peg and a hole in the beer can to hold the beer like this, give them that drinking effect. But also with these hands, which I think this was a sneaky thing that, SH Figure Arts did, was we do this, then we do this, and then we can get Stone Cold flipping the bird, which is pretty nice. Which, if you grew up in the Attitude Era like I did, that's a big deal. But to swap them out, simple pull. Be very careful. They did not give me extra pegs for the wrist, but just be careful, be cautious, and there we go. Then we can take the beer can, peg it onto him, and give him the effect of drinking a Steve Weiser, like that. So yeah, that's it for accessories. I mean, it's a pretty good figure, pretty solid. Oh, and you can, I didn't know this before, but you can turn the, oh, those pop off. Look at that. I just learned something new. Sorry. But yeah, that's that. I mean, overall, let's get into some final thoughts here while I'm putzing around with him. A really good figure. I really like this line. This line is shaping up to be. A few nitpicks. I mean, not enough to go, oh, I hate this toy line. It's stupid. It's smelly. No, it's a good toy line. I like the look of the figures. I like the articulation. I like the accessories. I would have, however, liked, especially with Stone Cold, he had a Smoking Skull championship belt. If they would have included that, that would have been icing on the cake. That would have been the best thing ever. Because if you look in the packaging, I believe this means that's officially licensed by WWE. So you go to a wrestling convention, you might be able to pick him up there. Don't quote me on that. I can't guarantee it. I'm just saying. It looks like it's officially licensed by WWE. So if they could have given us a Smoking Skull belt, or any championship belt for that matter. He had a great run as an Intercontinental Champion. He had great runs as Tag Team Champion. And he had great runs, as the World Champion. So additional accessory would be a nice championship belt. Maybe a soft plastic with a nice gold, plates would be great. But that is it. Other than that, great figure. I highly recommend him if you're an old school wrestling fan like I am, if you like the SH Figure Arts line, pick up this figure. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the description down below. If you like this video, leave a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. That little bell, hit that bell. You'll get notified when I post a video. This is S.L.B, and this has been my review of SH Figure Arts WWE Superstar Series Stone Cold Steve Austin. And this is S.L.B saying, my childhood hates me.